Swimming like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. This might be the first one that you see here in 2018. I'm your co-host, Ted Jenkin, sitting here with my co-host, Chris Hanks, who is the Executive Director and Founder of the Shore Center for Entrepreneurship. And we had on a great guest today, Liz Frayer, who's the owner of Intrepid. And look, if you got to deal with employee benefits, HR compliance, and all this kind of stuff, she is one of the companies that you should talk to. And just remember, if you haven't seen any of the broadcasts, you should go to shrimptankpodcast.com. You can go to YouTube. You can see a download of the some 100-plus business owners that we've interviewed over the last couple of years. And this is where you can learn to get your 2018 MBA in entrepreneurship right here on the Shrimp Tank.
So, Liz, one of the things that came up on the show, and I'd like to explore a little bit more, I found it intriguing that you are one of the best places to work in Atlanta. And so for anybody watching this out there, it's like, how do I get on that list? How do I be considered a best place to work?
Give away
what
free
advice would you
food.
give?
Lots of free food.
That helps. Well, I think one of the great things, we participate in the Atlanta Business Chronicle, Best Places to Work. And one of the greatest things about participating is you get a survey every year about which pieces your employees have responded, so you have some feedback about what areas you need to improve upon. So this year we had our best year. We came in number 6, but it was our 7th year as a finalist on the list. So it's about tweaking, building your culture, and just keeping at it, keeping it a focus.
You know, Liz, there are a lot of owners that are watching today that think about hiring, like what's the best way to hire someone? But I'm wondering, from what you see in the employee benefits business, what might be the 1 or 2 big mistakes owners make out there when they fire somebody? Because hiring can be hard, but firing can be just as hard.
Yes, firing can be really difficult. I think having a game plan, we deal in employee benefits, but I still have an HR consultant that I hire separately on retainer to make sure I'm checking the boxes on a termination. Not all of your ex-employees are fans of yours. Nope. So planning ahead. I've had terminations which I thought were going to go fine, and I thought, wow, this person really sees this coming. And I actually had a client tell me they never see it coming. Yep. So plan accordingly and get good advice.
So and another thing that I found really intriguing about you and your business is you have an all-women staff. So you're a best place to work. You have only women who work for you. Is there a correlation?
I think so. You know, it wasn't a strategic decision. It's just we had less and less men, and then when we ended up with no men, we were like, woohoo, this is working for us. Our clients think it's funny. We talk about it all the time. And, you know, a lot of people ask me, wow, does everybody get along? And they'll lower their voice when they're asking that question. And yes, everybody gets along. Sometimes I'll interview somebody and they come across as somebody who holds their cards to themselves or more of a private person. They're probably not a fit for us. We're going to find out what happened on the weekend. Everybody is in each other's business a little bit, but we're also incredibly supportive of one another, and all feel like we're rowing in the same direction to build something bigger than each of us could be individually.
Now, I wonder, we talked a lot on the show today, but before we wrap up on the post-show wrap-up, was there any big significance on the 7, the Intrepid 7? Anything that the folks that are watching the post-show wrap-up need to know about that?
Sure. So I bought my company from my boss and had to come up with a name somewhat on the spot. And I think we came up with a great name in the name Intrepid. We wanted to be fearless. We wanted to express that we were a little bit different and we think outside of the box. But we also thought it would be cool to have a number in our title, which is more or less a lot to explain now. So probably a big regret that I have is putting the 7 in the title. If you
is
go
anything like the Ocean's 11 is the Intrepid 7?
Right,
Anything
right.
like that at all?
People will ask me, they'll say, which one of you are you in the 7? Like we only have 7 people or we have 7 clients. And so a little bit of a misstep yet. But I'm trying to buy the domain name beintrepid.com and I can't get that domain name. So until then, we're at intrepid7.com.
That's always a fun challenge trying to buy those domain names.
There you go.
But for folks that are watching the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank today and they want to get in touch with you, learn more about your company, how they can engage your services if they're a company of 20 all the way up to 200 in that spot, how can they learn more about you or talk to you and maybe set up an appointment and see if it makes sense to do business with Intrepid?
Sure. You can call me at 770-612-4646 or intrepid7.com.
Well, you should listen to the whole post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. Liz had a wonderful interview today, and really pay attention to this of getting to the best person for your organization. Liz talked today about having 3 people to really get to that one special person for our organization, but now at 20 strong, and having a company that's the best place to work in Atlanta and also being on Inc. 5000, something here has gone amazingly right. So follow this as your blueprint right here for the 2018 year, and that's the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the